comic book fans, and welcome to a special edition of Cammy's Comic Corner, the book of the month for June. Now, I've been wanting to do an episode like this for a while now, but I just never had the time. Now that summer is upon us, and the children are out of school and dancing merrily down the streets, I can have a book of the month episode. And what better book to start out with than with Local from Oni Press. Now, Local is a 12-part limited series from Oni Press, written by Brian Wood and art by Ryan Kelly. This originally debuted in 2005, November of 2005, and recently ended in June of 2008. So it took a while to get out, but hey, it's finally out, and it's in a gorgeous collected hardcover edition. Each issue is a standalone issue, and this isn't the first time Brian Wood has done a series like this. If you look at Demo, which is being reprinted by Vertigo, and Series 2 is coming soon, it's more standalone issues, and if you look at the artist for Demo, it's Becky Cloonan, and if you compare Becky Cloonan's art to Ryan Kelly's art, they're pretty similar. It's similar tastes, but that's why I love both artists so much. But anyway, each issue takes place in a different part of North America, in a different city of North America, and usually they're standalone stories. There is one main character, and she's a reoccurring character. Her name is Megan, and each issue is a year in the life of Megan. So there's 12 issues. There's 12 years of her life right there. She starts when she's 17 and ends when she's a wise 30-year-old. Sometimes she's the main character in the issue, and in other times she might be in the background as just one of the, not really taking focus on whatever the story is about that issue. The thing about Megan is she never settles down. She is constantly on the move. She is in a journey of self-discovery, and you know, if you're traveling around this much, you really get real-world experience. And I know quite a few people in my life like that. A couple of my friends are constantly on the go, and I nicknamed them Carmen Sandiego because where's she next? Where is he going now? Am I ever going to hear from this person again? So I would recommend this series to someone in your life like that, someone who isn't a fan of comic books. This is a very easily accessible series. It especially, something you can relate to. You can relate to wanting to experience freedom at a young age, just to get in a car and go on that road trip that you've always wanted to go on. Who cares where the road will take you? You'll get there when you get there. So in the later part of the series, we find out that Megan's mom feels like she might have been strapped down to her marriage a little too earlier in her life. She wanted to still explore. That's why she gives Megan all this freedom, so she can go and experience life and learn from the mistakes she makes, and to have something that she never got to have. So it's a very beautiful series. The art by Ryan Kelly is just spectacular. Even though there's a lot of photo referencing, like Brian Wood would call up comic book stores in that nearby city or town and ask for like pictures of like a certain club or a certain record store, because music is a very big influence in this comic. And then with those pictures, they would give them to Ryan Kelly, and he would just draw the hell out of it and just do a spectacular job with it. But like I said before, with the music aspect, a lot of indie bands and lesser-known groups that you might not have heard of. Also, in the back of every issue, there is a playlist comprised by both Brian Wood and Ryan Kelly. So you can have some nice songs to listen to while you're reading the book, and that might really help a lot more with the experience of whatever issue you might be reading. Of all the issues in this series, my favorite has to be issue number 2, Polaroid Boyfriend. It focuses on Megan having this weird, kind of quirky relationship with this guy in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He will go into her house, he will like unlock the door, go into her house, and take a picture of himself, put it somewhere with a little note on behind. Megan's boss thinks this is kind of creepy, and doesn't think she's safe. But in the end, they kind of get to know each other when they finally meet face to face and talk person to person. So like I said before, I really enjoyed Local. I think it's a great pick for Book of the Month, and I think if you were to go out and pick this up, you would have a fun time. It's not a superhero story by any means. If you want some more of that stuff, go pick up Brian Wood's Demo. But I think this would be a perfect contender for my first episode of Book of the Month. And if you want more of Brian Wood and Ryan Kelly's collaborations together, they do it quite a lot. They most recently did a arc together in Northlanders, which is about Vikings. Even more recently, like last week, they did a arc. They started an arc in DMZ, and then they have an original graphic novel by the MINX line over at DC called The New York 4. So you have tons of stuff. These guys are obviously pals, but of all the work they've done together, Local by far has to be my favorite. And because I'm doing the Book of the Month, I have another copy of Local. So what am I going to do with it? Why, I'm going to give it away as a prize. Not to worry, it's not going to be a week-long contest. I'm going to wait until the end of June before I finally randomly select a winner, and then we'll be shipped off July 1st. So if you would like to win a copy of Local, send me an email with in the subject line, Local Contest, to cammyscomiccorner@gmail.com. And please, I want just U.S. residents only, because shipping this thing is so thick, it could star in porn. So the shipping on it alone would cost me an arm and a leg. So just U.S. residents only, please, and not to worry. Just put your shipping address in the email, and not to worry, I won't ship it off until July. So you have plenty of time in the month of June to send me your email. That does it for Cammy's Comic Corner Book of the Month Club. Like the indie comics episodes, I'm going to try to do this at least once a month. So you'll have the indie comics episode to start you off in the beginning of the month, then in the middle of the month you'll have the Book of the Month Club. If you want more Cammy's Comic Corner goodness, head on over to www.cammyscomiccorner.com. And from there you can subscribe to us on RSS feed or on iTunes. And there you can see the weekly reviews that I do. And also you can read my reviews of that week of every single comic that I read. It'll be in the reviews section. Also, if you like any of the kick-ass t-shirts that you see me wearing on the review show, head on over to www.deadlinegraphics.net and send Kelly an email. The deal going on for the month of June is free shipping on all U.S. orders and discounted shipping on worldwide orders. And I'm pretty sure he can put together a local t-shirt for you if you want. He does all the great stuff. There's only one name that I trust when it comes to comic book t-shirts, and that's Kelly over at www.deadlinegraphics.net. Also a new sponsor of the show is Rising Sun Creations, and if you want more Rising Sun Creations, go to rsc-online.com. From there you can see their entire online store, and I'm pretty certain that they do have Local in stock. And they have U.S. comic books, they have manga, and they have collectibles imported straight from Japan. So if you want the best of both worlds, head on over to rsc-online.com. And also you can start seeing more of my videos over at theouthousers.com. So that does it this month for the Book of the Month. I hope you really enjoy Local. If you have a chance to read it, I highly recommend you do so. And until next month, this has been Cammy. This has been Cammy's Comic Corner. I wish you all a good June.